Lagos, the economic heartbeat of Nigeria, home to more than 20 million people and the fourth largest economy in Africa. Set up in 2016 by the state government, the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, LSCTF, through a variety of interventions, was given a clear mandate to create an ecosystem where micro, small and medium enterprises would thrive.
My name is Tejmola Abiswe. I'm the current Executive Secretary at the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. I'm a trained lawyer with over 15 years in socio-economic development, working with both the private sector and public sector in planning, designing, implementing programs that promote entrepreneurship amongst young people. I noticed the smaller companies, the smaller micro businesses were being left out of the whole picture. Everybody wanted a mandate to raise millions of dollars, but businesses wanted much smaller amounts of money, 10 million naira, 8 million. I noticed there was a space that needed that intervention. And then the opportunity to work with Lagos State Employment Trust Fund came up, which strategically supports entrepreneurship to make sure that they can increase productivity and employ more people. We actually are here to support small businesses to make sure that productivity increases and they're able to employ people. That's LSCTF in a nutshell. Primarily, we're funded by the Lagos State government, but we're also supported by partners. First, for commercial banks, we have two major partners who are in matching funds program with us. First Bank of Nigeria and Access Bank. Then we also have another partner called Edfin. It's a microfinance bank, but they're the biggest player in the education sector in the microfinance space. They are partners with a matching fund structure to provide affordable finance to beneficiaries. For employability and our training programs, we have a lot of development partners. The UNDP, United Nations Development Program, we have GIZ, we have the USADF, that's the United States African Development Foundation, where we provide matching funds as well. We're glad to say that our partners are really not just donors, they are our partners in making sure that we do what we do successfully.
While clearly racing towards a brighter and more focused future, many of its residents were forced into a cruel and sudden stop in late 2020. Already facing a year of peculiar challenges shaped by a global pandemic, the EndSARS protests, which started in October 2020, created a new set of ordeals for Lagosians. What started as a peaceful and organized protest quickly cascaded across the country, turning into anarchic lootings and grand mayhem. Lagos, the commercial center, was the worst hit. Assessing the economic and human cost post-EndSARS, it was estimated that Lagos alone would need up to 1 trillion naira to rebuild.
When the EndSARS protest was hijacked by hoodlums, when I came to my shop and I saw the damage, spiritually, physically, it affected me. Because when I got to my shop and I saw the means of livelihood has been destroyed. In fact, I was not happy. I was frustrated.
It wasn't easy at all, because when everything happened, throughout that week, I didn't get myself. It's very difficult for us to feed. Even the team made my husband to even went and be doing conductor work for us to feed. It's not easy because I have 5 children with my husband and my sister that is living with me. Even I had a very terrible situation that period. It's very, very terrible for us.
After my store was looted, I faced a lot of financial crisis, I couldn't raise my business again. I was so depressed, and I even attempt to kill myself because of the problem. There was nobody to help.
I was at home because of the protest. I say I don't want maybe something that will just like harm me, or I just at home. Before the person that I can see, my sales rep just like called me that see what happened. Before I just came to the shop to see what happened. I felt very, very bad because Everly, as a businessman, you know that businessman, we are not a government workers. Government, even though that we work from home, you must receive your salary. But business, if you are not there, nothing for you.
So I came here and found my baby. My very first Suya Bistro branch, where I put in all my blood, sweat and tears, was completely torn apart. It was extremely devastating. So I came in, and right from the gates of the compound, there was this horrendous smell. The entire compound was covered in debris. There were all sorts of things that were just sort of thrown around without care. It was pure hatred that you could tell from the aftermath of this crisis. And so, you know, coming into my branch, seeing that there was nothing salvageable whatsoever, it felt like a great loss, like I'd never felt before.
Immediately I got to where the poaching started here. I could see that the goats are outside. I saw a dead chicken on the floor. I almost fainted because the numbers of what I met there, it was nothing to talk about. I have to run outside to go and check the goats again. Then I was like, they are all gone. I met just 7 out of 200 plus. After my farm was looted, I was unable to get myself. Because I was just everything I had, my living, my means of surviving, it actually pays on my farm.
I got a call that some hoodlums, or hoodlums according to my friend, that they were already raiding Shangotedo Mall and every other shops around, and your business is down. So the next morning when I got to Sharp Laundry Experience Center, that's what we call it, I saw dust. Both people's clothes and machines and computers and other things.
Ìgbà tí mo gbọ́ pé wọ́n já shop mi, mo kàn rush bọ́ ntè mi. Ìgbà tí màá fi débi báyìí, mi ò expect nǹkan tí mo bá. Nǹkan tó ń já shop mi kò lélẹ̀. Mo kàn faint ṣeré ni, mi ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ bí tí mo lance. So mi ò mọ̀ bí mo ṣe délé because according to me gbọ́n rush mi délé ni. Ìjọ́ tá ń sọ yìí. After ìgbà tó já shop mi, mo wà nlé. Mi ò rí bí lọ because mi ò rówó, ó affect ọkọ mi náà, ó affect business because àjọ máa assist ara wa ni. So àtijọ́ àti mu ó difficult, ó affect education àwọn ọmọ mi náà.
The day I came, I met everything burnt down, the roof removed and everything was burning seriously. When they said I should manage and open the door, when I opened the door, everything was down already, that turned to ashes. When I saw that everything burnt to ashes, I was disappointed. I put my 2 hands on my head that where am I going to start from and who is going to finance me? So that was what came to my mind.
Where would this money come from? With thousands of businesses and properties affected, who would come to their aid? In what form would that relief come? Following the vandalism and looting across the state, the LSETF immediately bounced into action to devise a recovery plan that would provide relief to affected parties.
One thing we definitely recognized very quickly with the hijacking and the looting and the vandalization, a lot of small businesses reached out and they sounded pretty hopeless. So we needed to immediately put together a structure to support them and give hope again immediately.
The committee was set up to review the extent of damage that was done to the businesses of several hundreds of entrepreneurs and small businesses across Lagos State. The observer's responsibility was largely to ensure that all of the proceedings were followed in line with all of the laid down procedures that were provided by the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund.
Faith Foundation and LSCTF have been partners almost since LSCTF was established. Lagos State Employment Trust Fund's objectives and mission to support employability creation in Lagos State, but also to support micro, small and medium enterprises. It's a very strong alignment with our own goal and our own focus at Faith. Part of the role I played with other members of the team was, first of all, providing support to the amazing LSCTF team in ensuring that the process to understand the funding that was available was, first of all, clear. The MSMEs could have the opportunity to understand a thorough, fair, objective process that allowed them to apply for the funds, and that the funds, which were limited, as it was and as typically is in cases like that, were used and allocated as best as possible.
We decided to partner with LSETF because they have a very well-established infrastructure. What we didn't have is the manpower, or should I say human power, to make sure that all the detail that we wanted done would be done. It was helpful that we partnered with a great organization like LSETF that could meet all the needs that we wanted in terms of how we wanted to do it. Of the beneficiaries that we've paid, those would have been assessed by LSETF. They would have gone to see whether the stores existed or not. They would have done all of that verification. After that, a panel would sit and decide whether these were people that needed assistance.
UNDP's relationship with Lagos goes as far back as 2017, when we signed a partnership agreement to support the Lagos State Employability Trust Fund with the objective of increasing the pool of skilled manpower. In December 2020, UNDP supported over 500 MSMEs under the Lagos Recovery Fund to aid businesses affected by protests. UNDP saw the urgency in ensuring that these impacted businesses received timely support and intervention required to help them rebuild and maintain business continuity.
At Access Bank, we believe that MSMEs are important to society. They contribute about 48% of the national GDP and contribute to about 80% of employment based on the PwC recent research.
For us at Access Bank, the LSETF team represents a very veritable platform that we'll continually work with. Access Bank decided to partner with Lagos State government following the civil unrest that impacted a lot of businesses. I've worked with the LSETF team on a number of initiatives, and I respect the governance structure that they have in place. So even for this particular program, there's a stakeholder committee that's been put together, and we're a member of that stakeholder committee where we take decisions are jointly taken, reporting of activities. The process is such that goes through the required diligence that give everyone comfort.
Through the Lagos MSME Recovery Fund, in partnership with the private sector, all businesses in Lagos State that could validate that it was vandalized or looted during the NSAS protests is eligible for a grant.
We then added a structure where you submitted your claims, then a verification partner, an independent verification partner, would visit the business, take evidence of the looting and vandalization. So we had over 4,000 claims submitted.
How I find about LSETF is through the media. So from there, I just they say that if you are among those that are affected, you can kindly apply. So I just follow the process, apply. So later, their agent called me that where I am, they need to just take some things, some pictures. I showed them around, they took some pictures. From there, it's okay, I should send my details, my bank statement, and all these things.
4 days after I came, when I saw the incident, a young lady walked to us that she's from Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, that they are sent from the office of the governor to come and ask us what really happened and to take stock of the things that our property that got burnt.
On that same day that I came to the office to assess the level of damage, when I got home, I remember it was a Saturday, I was on social media, Twitter specifically. I just applied, I clicked the link, I applied. They said I needed to come and take pictures of my office and everything. So I came back, I took pictures and I applied. But I must be honest with you, I was very cynical. I just applied. I mean, I just did it casually, you know, but that was how I discovered it, from social media, Twitter.
Before the crisis, I used to see some people on television saying the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, I thank you, but I don't believe they exist at all until when it happened to me. We saw the form on internet. We saw the form Lagos State Employment Trust Fund on internet. It was my husband that filled the form for me because I was done. I couldn't do anything. I was unhappy.
Bí ìrìn àjò yẹn ṣe rí, ẹnìkan ló wá bá mi pé ṣèwọ́n kí aṣọ mo níbẹ̀ ni, pípọ́n yẹn ń ṣe fọ́ọ̀mù kan lórí net mo níbẹ̀ ni, ó dẹ̀ pè mí kí n wá adé lóbẹ̀. Àṣé from there wọ́n wá àwọn expect show. Wọ́n gba fọ́tò lọ, wọ́n gba fídíò, wọ́n gba lọ. After that, wọ́n send the message out lóbẹ̀. Àṣé necessary thing ká ṣe.
I heard that Lagos State had a form that I just filled the form. You know, our mentality was we just fill the form, you understand? So about a week or two, somebody just called me. I'm from, okay, they want to come and inspect, so they came to inspect my office.
It was my friend, my friend that still sent me the link. It was what that convinced me that I should just give it a try. Since I'm not dropping any, I'm not paying them anything, I should just give it a try.
Before the incident, I didn't know there was anything called Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. I never heard of it. One of my colleagues told me about them, and we were asked to apply online, which I did.
I saw them on Twitter, Instagram, so that's where. And then also there was a press conference release from the LAUSA about the incident, that people should go and apply to notify the government about the level of damage that happened.
At LSCTF, we went through a tender process to ask private companies who wanted to be like verification partners or business development support partners to apply. So these businesses applied with proof of concept, what they've done, how they've done it, how their processes work. And then we bring them on board to do the verification process. We normally hold grassroots engagement sessions at local government levels, but we recognize we need to do more, not just at the grassroots level, even with people who are on social media, with people that are on cable TV. We need to create more awareness. We recently did billboards, but we know there's still a lot to be done, so people can actually be aware of the benefits of what LSCTF does. Anybody that has a business, residents in Lagos, can apply to any of our programs across the different programs in Lagos State.
Lagos State Employment Trust Fund is very real. If you are having any problem with your businesses, you can contact them, go to their nearest office. So they are all ready to help, and their staff are superb.
Lagos State Employment are here to assist the small-scale business owner, just like me.
As my own, I apply for LSETF. At least, if they can follow the same procedures, I believe if they come to grade school, they will spend the monthly wisely. At least they will start again.
Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. Mo for long, on help. For long. So tomorrow lomi to ba ton di pe kan tin pe, ma introduce láti bi je ko de be. Láti bi je ko na lọ bo na ṣe ma rí owó. Ma introduce láti je ko de ko na ro gba.
My fellow artisans, before I get to know the LSETF, I never had of it before. But after I heard about it, like I said earlier, I still doubted it. But after everything, like after the fund, I was like, wow, I never knew something like this is even in Nigeria. Talk less of it being in Lagos State safe.
Àwọn ará mi tó kù tẹ́gbọ́n náà ń ṣe káràkátà kéékèèké báyìí. Advice mo kàn ní láti sọ fún wọn ní pé Lagos State Employment Trust Fund wọ́n try. So káwọn náà try láti pè wọ́n láti fill form because wọ́n help.
My advice is for them to look into the platform. There are many other helps such as advice and advertisement and how to grow your business and other things. It will really help your business out.
Ẹ̀yin tèmi oníkàràkátà àwọn tó ń ṣòwò kàràkátà báyìí oníṣòwò màá kàn gbà yín ní múyànjú ni pé Lagos State Employment Trust Fund ọ̀nà àbáyọ ni àbálẹ̀ ní tó bá lè ṣe ọ̀nà tó wúlò ní tó lè máa ràn yín lọ́wọ́ láti gbé owó yín lárugẹ. Ó dájú ká lọ máa gbọ́kàn wá sókè owó alájẹmásùn káàkiri lọ.
LSETF has been a blessing to me as a business owner and to my entire Suya Bistro family. I think every single small and medium-sized business out there should try to take advantage of the support that LSETF provides.
As a beneficiary of the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, is for real. It is real.
Lagos is the heartbeat of Nigeria, and the businesses that it houses are its arteries. These are the stories of the courageous Lagosians who received grants from the Lagos MSME Recovery Fund after their businesses were vandalized and looted. With the support from LSETF and its partners, these businesses can immediately get back on track, pay and employ more workers, remain sustainable, and continue to thrive for a greater Lagos.
God has made me to employ 2 more staffs with the grants that the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund gave me.
Without the fund from LSETF, I don't think I could be able to restore my stolen goods.
Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, I thank you.
I really appreciate the Lagos State government. I appreciate all the people that join hands together to make it possible, to bring back my hope because I'm okay.
They did very, very fast. It's so easy. Because I think that sometimes take up to like 2 years or 3 years, but within a period of time, they just very, I really thank them for what they did.
Mo ní láti dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn pé wọ́n ṣe gidi gan. The little change tán fún mi ni mo fi sanwó ṣọ́ọ̀ ni mo tún fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ business mi padà. So mo dúpẹ́ gan, wọ́n ṣe gan.
I was really delighted because that would be the first time I will get any form of assistance from government since I was born.
They put me back on my feet again. I was able to start my work and everything is moving fine.
Lagos State government, Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, I said kudos to you for your effort, for all you have done, for putting smile to my life, adding smile to my life, giving me hope where I thought there was no hope.
Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, iṣẹ́ wọn náà kò ní dojúrú o, àti gbogbo ìgbìmọ̀ tó ń ṣe àkóso ètò yìí, mọ̀ọ́kúnnù lè ràn lọ́wọ́, Ọlọ́run á máa gbé yín náà ga o, Ọlọ́run ò ní dalẹ̀ àtọ̀nà yín rú.
I thank Lagos State, LSETF for their support. The money they gave me helped me in one thing and another in the business.
Lagos State Government, Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, and all of your donors, you're doing amazing things. You're giving people jobs, you're improving economic mobility, and you're making a huge impact. Thank you so much.
The governor, Sanwo-Olu, with this agency, has redeemed the image of Lagos for those of us who are investors. I give him kudos for that.
I want to use this opportunity to thank, special thanks and appreciation to Lagos State government and Lagos State Employment Trust Fund and all the donor agencies and sponsors involved.
We are really grateful. I thank Lagos State government